I'm Lisa O'Loughlin, your host of the show, and it always gives me great pleasure to bring to you news from the Chamber of Commerce, about the Chamber of Commerce, and all of our businesses that we support. This is a special month for us coming up. It's my favorite event coming is the Taste of Malden, so our show will be dedicated to that today with a couple of our guests. But first, I just want to comment on our most recent event that we held this morning at River's Edge here in Malden. It was a workforce development information session hosted by our own Senator Jason Lewis and Representative Paul Broda. There were about 60 individuals that attended, and they found it very, very helpful. A lot of information shared about resources, whether you're looking to hire, how to interview, training opportunities, and just a lot of general information. If you missed it and have any questions or would like some resources, you could contact our own Joan Monjo at the Malden Chamber, and she has the information. I say take advantage of it because you never know what you can learn when you do a little reach out for these kinds of information sessions. So with that said, we're going to move on to our show. I already mentioned it's the Taste of Malden, but it's a very special taste. It's our 10th anniversary. So here with me is my first guest. I have Shane Smyth. Shane, Hugh O'Neill's.
Yes.
10 years, Taste of Malden, and you've been here for all 10 of them.
Yes, that's correct.
What makes you come back every year?
It's just such a great event to be a part of. We love being there. We love the opportunity to meet new customers, to introduce ourselves to people that maybe have never heard of us before, let them taste our food, and then also to meet with our fellow restaurant owners and see what everyone else is doing. And it's just a really great community event, great way to meet people, and a great way to put ourselves in the shop window.
Yeah, good for you. So I've already mentioned to you in past years I've met with your cook. I call him the boss because he's the one that does it with me, but you're truly the boss. And we've done some footage of your cooking and what you're presenting and all. And I know what you're having probably because it's some of my favorite foods from your restaurant. So Hugh O'Neill's, what are you serving this year?
Well, we're definitely going to do our Guinness beef stew. We've done that every year for the last 10 years. We just feel like it's a real signature event or signature item from our menu. A lot of people know us for it, and it's nice to be able to give people a small tasting of something that usually gets served in a bigger bowl. With the Taste of Malden, we tend to do our items in smaller portions so that as many people as possible can try food from us, and then also food from other restaurants as well. Yeah. Outside of that, I'm not sure. We usually do 2, maybe sometimes 3 different items. We haven't figured those out yet. Just for this year, we try to mix those other items up, do something different. And with us just having gotten over St. Patrick's Day and being so busy for that, we just haven't had a chance to figure out exactly what we'll do.
Now we
have a few weeks.
We'll have to come just to find out what
yes,
it is. I mean, I'll
exactly.
be there and I'll be over at your table eating, that's for
Great.
sure. So I'm thrilled that you could join us this year because
you.
you just have so much to offer. You say you meet people that might not have heard of you before, and I don't know who hasn't heard of Hugh O'Neill's because you're right there in the corner. It's just a great spot. As you may remember, I worked on Dartmouth Street for years. I'd pop over there for lunch. A lot of my co-workers would jump in and out. I liked it for after work hours. It's a great networking space, good food, good beer selection, and just a really great place. How did you name it Hugh O'Neill's? Why not called Shane Smyth's?
I didn't think that was very interesting. We wanted to come up with a name that let people know exactly what it was, which was an Irish pub and restaurant. So had to be something Irish, and with our rich history, we wanted something that kind of reflected that a little bit. So Hugh O'Neill was a very famous character from the part of Ireland that I came from originally, and my 2 business partners also. So it just seemed like something that would manage to tick all the boxes for that. Yeah. So that's where it came from.
It's a great name. And
Thank
if
you.
I get confused, I just call you Hugh if I
yes,
can't think
that's
of
all
Shane.
right. Yeah,
That works that way.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. So you made reference to St. Patrick's Day. Big day for you.
Yep, big weekend.
Yeah, big weekend. Actually,
Yes.
It was a weekend. and I was out of town this year. I'm usually down there as early as I can get in
Right.
because you can't get in otherwise. Did you have the big balloon arch out front again this year?
Yes, we did.
The green
yeah,
and white
we
balloon,
did,
so
we
pretty,
did.
real
Yes,
eye
it looks
catcher.
really good
Yeah,
from the
it
outside.
does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a wonderful weekend. It's a great day. With it falling on a Sunday this year, we were able to celebrate over the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday were really busy, which was nice because give people the opportunity to come on Saturday if they were maybe working on Monday and didn't want to go out on Sunday. So we had some great Irish music all weekend. We had Irish dancers in, and it was a really nice time for people. A lot of families, a lot of kids running around.
Yeah.
It really felt
Oh,
like
good.
the atmosphere that you
Yeah.
get at an Irish pub in Ireland. So that's what we've been trying to recreate here in Malden for the last 17 years, and it was really nice to see that. It was a really fun weekend.
Yeah.
People really had a good time.
Yeah,
and it was
every
a lot
year.
of fun.
I have had in all of the years past, as I do with the Taste of Malden. It's a great fun night.
Yes, it is.
And this year, not only are we celebrating our 10th anniversary, but it's going to be our first of many more to come restaurant weeks.
Yes.
And we're encouraging restaurant owners to have some sort of a special. Each of you get to decide how you want to do it, a % off, a special menu, a buy one, get one, or a free app with dinner, whatever you choose to do. But you'd be able to advertise it that night at the Taste of Malden. If people come to your table and they see what it is, then they'll be more likely to come by to gather,
Yeah.
take advantage of the special for restaurant week.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. We're
Yeah.
excited by the prospect of having a restaurant week in Malden. We tried to do one a few years ago with a smaller group of restaurants, but with the support of the Chamber and with the Chamber spearheading it, it should be a really great event. There's a lot of new restaurants in Malden now from the last 4 or 5 years. A lot of great options out there, many different types of food. So it's really exciting to be able to showcase that and to let people know that Malden is truly a great dining destination.
It is. It
Yeah,
really
it
is.
really is.
I don't work in Malden anymore, but I'm just up the street, so I'm still down here most of the time.
Well, a lot
for-
of the restaurants are
after
open for
hours.
lunch as well,
Yeah,
so it's great to
sure.
have that opportunity to check them out during the day
Yeah.
as well. But it's part of why we love doing Taste of Malden too. It's our favorite event every year to do. We do a lot of those kind of events, but it really does help to let people know that Malden is a great place to come and eat for
So
many different types of
You
cuisine.
can invite everyone, just speak right up and say, come on down to the Taste of Malden.
Yep, come on down, join us, come check out Hugh O'Neill's. It's April 29th. We'll be there with a lot of our friends, and it's a really great event.
Okay, and also for our viewers, we have a flyer here about the Taste of Malden. Tickets are available. You can call the Chamber of Commerce or go online. Be sure to get your ticket. As Shane said, it's April 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's at the Malden YMCA, and we encourage you to come in on the upper street door, Mountain Ave, the Mountain Ave door. Parking can be a little tricky, but we do get to use the whole parking lot on Dartmouth Street, and there's a little small parking lot on the other side of the post office. So we hope you'll come down and talk with Shane. So tell him you saw him on this MATV show, Chamber Showcase, and I wish you another 17 years. You've been in business 17 years now.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
10 with the taste.
Yep.
So
Yep,
we
we've
got
done it every year.
many
and
more years of both.
I hope so. Yeah, we're very grateful for the support
Yeah.
of the Malden community
Yeah.
for the last 17 years, and yeah, hopefully we'll keep it going for another.
Yeah, well, you're a real anchor right there on Dartmath and Pleasant.
Yeah,
So-
it's been a great run.
Yeah,
It really
good.
has, and it's exciting to see a lot of the changes in Malden. We're really proud to be part of it.
Okay. So I will ask you to, we have our second guest coming up, and it's going to be his first time at the Taste of Malden. So we'll be talking about that with him, and if you have any tidbits to share off camera, by all means,
Indeed, bring
although
plenty
he's
of food.
listening, he'll bring plenty of
plenty of
food.
food.
And you
That's-
mentioned the small bites, and that's all it should be.
Yeah.
Just little bits of everything, a good sampling of, 25, 30 restaurants maybe.
Right,
And
yeah.
other, not just restaurants, we have other vendors there as well, wine tasting, beer tasting maybe, great desserts, coffee stops, purchased wine and sodas and waters as well. So, and of course we benefit, the food program for the
Yes.
YMCA, the kids, the summer program and the meal pantry.
Right.
So anytime the chamber does an event, we try to reach out to one of our nonprofit neighbors and support what they do.
Yeah,
So
and makes it all the more attractive.
it really
to be a
does,
part
doesn't
of.
it? You feel
Yeah.
like, you're giving something to somebody else
For
that
sure,
way.
yeah.
So I'll see you there that
All
night,
right.
if not sooner. If you're in
Okay.
Hughes sometime when I pop in, I'm always
Yes.
looking. But anyway, all right.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Appreciate you having me.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll meet with our second guest. And in the meantime, we're going to do a rollout of last year's Taste of Malden to give you, the viewers, a little peek of what it looks like. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
This is Sharon Filliard for MATV.
I could
Okay.
not
Here we
see.
are at a Taste of Malden, sponsored by the Malden Chamber of Commerce. We're going to be talking to local restaurateurs about what they're offering Malden. Let's check it out. Here we are now with Mr. Shane Smyth, the proprietor of Hugh O'Neill's. This is exciting. There are so many restaurants here.
We love being a part of the event. It's a great event. It's a really great event for Malden, but it's especially a great event for restaurants in Malden, letting people see that Malden is a great culinary destination.
Here we are with Nicole Frittura from Hoff's Bakery. How is it going at your new location for Hoff's Bakery?
It's great. We just celebrated 2 years in our new location in Malden.
Now, I'm looking at what you have here. What are you offering?
We brought a little bit of everything, so no matter what people's flavors are, they would find something they like.
Here we are with Christy Brown, the general manager of Henry's Patio. Now, if you could describe Henry's Patio cuisine, what would it be?
A combination of gourmet food and pub food. Our menu has swordfish, salmon, and steak, and we also have chicken fingers, fries, and mozzarella sticks.
Now joining me is Mr. Steve Winslow, counselor at large in Malden. So why is the Taste of Malden important to the Malden community?
Well, I mean, I think, Chamber of Commerce is so important for businesses. It is a great thing. I mean, a community is not a community without its businesses, so it's important that we learn to support each other.
Here we are with Ms. Joan Mongeau, the current executive director of the Malden Chamber of Commerce. Now the Malden Chamber of Commerce is one of the sponsors of a Taste of Malden.
It surely is, and we bring together what we consider to be the best of Malden in terms of food, drink, gastropubs, and we just have a big party and people get to meet the restaurant owners while having some great food and getting to see neighbors.
Welcome back to Chamber Showcase. I'm Lisa O'Laughlin, your hostess of the show. And with me now is our second guest for discussion about the Taste of Malden. And we have Serge Parfeni.
Parfeni.
I gotta go like this. Parfeni of Bikeeny Caffe in Malden on Summer Street.
On Summer Street, yes. Thank
Relatively new. Well, about a year.
you. 10 months. So
10 months.
It will be a year in May.
Okay.
What a year has it been?
Has it been
Yeah.
good for you? Yeah?
Unbelievable. Yeah. Everything
Well, you
is
have good stuff.
good stuff, good staff, good.
Good location.
Excellent. Yeah. The tea stop right there just helps us tremendously. The courthouse during the week.
Yeah.
And just the word of mouth. The support we've gotten in the community has been tremendous. We couldn't have done the first month we hit our target, which is unheard of, with really no advertising.
Wow.
So we've been blessed. It's been a blessing and a little bit of a curse because we're busy.
Yeah.
But that's a
Yeah.
good
Good
problem.
news, bad news.
Good problem
and
to have.
You joined the chamber right away when you came in.
After person number 43 told me to join, that it was a good idea, I figured I'd do it. It was on my list of priorities, but very, So it was a great response. I'm on the board now.
Yes, you
so,
are. Jumped right in.
They didn't have to twist my arm for
Yeah,
it.
good.
I was happy to help, happy to just, since day one, the goal was to just be part of the community.
Yeah.
Give and become, good luck 17 years as Shane and Hugh
Yeah.
and Niels had.
Yep.
We're a little behind in terms of time, but we surely will. We're trying to do everything we
Well,
can.
you're on your own timeline anyway, so
Of course,
you're not on. Yeah, on
we're
his-
not
on his-
in a rush. We're
Yeah.
not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We're just here. We're just here for the long run.
Good for you. So you may know or not that I had been very involved in both the Malden Chamber and the Taste of Malden for many, many years. And then I left the area and came back. The first meeting that I came to, you were there, and you had provided a nice assortment of your sweet and savories. Oh my gosh, were they good. I had 1, 2 of everything that night. We were over there on Homestead on Main Street there, and it was just really, really nice. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you served there?
Yeah, I remember the event really well
Yeah.
because it was our first catering order ever.
Uh-huh.
And it was remarkable. It's a quick story, but it's a funny story. How I met Tristan, the manager of
Yeah.
it was completely by mistake. I walked in with some pastries, and I had a different address, and they had to get the manager because they thought I was there. I was there for a meeting they had. It was an entirely different thing. And so I showed him the bikinis, the European style pastries that we make. They take about 3 or 4 days to make. We make them in-house
Rising, yeah.
from scratch, so laminated dough. We put Nutella in them or feta dill, a bunch of cheeses and nuts. There's over 24 different
Two
flavors.
dozens, wow, okay.
So we try
Yeah.
and so probably that's what you tried.
Yeah, I did.
That's something that we hope we plan on bringing to the Taste
To
of
the taste.
Malden.
So that was your first event in Malden at Homestead at the Chamber of Commerce event, and this is going to be your first Taste of Malden.
Correct.
So you were sitting out there in the audience listening to Shane talk about the Taste of Malden. 10 years he's been doing it. It's our 10th anniversary, which sort of speaks of itself of how great an event it is, and it just gets better all the time. So having you there will make us one notch even better.
We can't wait. Just a part of it is being able to support the local community, and from what I understand, that's what it's all about. It's about raising funds for the YMCA.
For the YMCA, the food program.
The food
for
program.
Children,
So
yes.
anyway
And
we
summer.
can
Yeah.
we can help. But yeah, we'll bring pastries. Maybe we'll bring some of our cold brew coffee for people to taste, because that has been our #1 seller in the hot months.
Really?
The
Yeah.
reviews
Yeah.
just we didn't have it the first month. We didn't have cold brew, and so people asked for it. We listened and we brought it, and since then it just completely took off.
Wonderful.
I did not know. I like my cup of tea. I've become more of one of my other partners, Octavian. He does the coffee. He lived in Seattle for a little while.
Oh, okay.
So he said we have to have great coffee, but
Yep.
I'm more of a tea person.
Yeah. Well, that's okay for you. I'm both, actually. I like
Right.
my coffee in the morning, two cups anyway, and then in the evening I'll have a cup of tea. And a sweetie here and there. So your items are just perfect for that. It's great with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. How did you pick Malden?
It was easy, really. The most diverse place we could find by far. We knew we had to be in a diverse place because our backgrounds are different. We fit in. It's urban. The city made it really easy for us. We scouted, I think, 4 other different towns.
Okay.
By far the easiest to work with. Local support, and I have to credit Kevin Duffy,
yeah.
and Mayor Christensen's office, entire team were just on us.
Yeah.
When are you coming? Here's who you need to meet. This is what permits you need to do. And everything went beyond smooth. We opened in 7 weeks instead of 7 months, thanks to that.
Thanks
so
to-
it
yeah.
wasn't even a choice. It wasn't
So
even a
Kevin and the
contest.
mayor do a phenomenal job of developing businesses, nurturing, bringing them in, helping them through. And of course the chamber's right there. We go to the ribbon cutting. We partner with you to bring you into new areas. When we have a networking meeting, we're always looking for new folks that don't know anybody to come. And we do a buddy system, so that you get to meet as many people as possible. And it just comes in as a win-win for everybody. Because, you know, I often said in my years of doing this show, I used to have a little tagline where I'd say a healthy community makes for healthy businesses, and a healthy business makes for a healthy community. So it's a win-win. And then we have the governmental piece, so it's really a circle. You know, the three things work so well together. And we sit on several government task forces and informational sessions, and the mayor's happy to work with us, and we're happy to work with the mayor and bringing new businesses in, and we always hope every business will join the chamber. So when we get a next new business, we'll probably ask you to do some outreach and introduce yourself to the next one and make them feel comfortable. If it's a restaurant or any sort of a food venue, we can have you tell them how great your first year of the Taste of Malden really was. Because I'm assuming it's going to be just terrific. So you also know that this year it's our first restaurant week. So as I was saying to Shane, you know, you can come up with some specials that you'd like to offer, buy one, get one, do this, do that, whatever you choose it to be. But bring that information, you know, set something up like we have here on our desk for the Taste of Malden. You could have something on your table for your own restaurant week at Bikeeny Caffe. And that would work out really well. So I'm curious about your name, Bikeeny. How did that come up?
It was Evelina. So there's another partner that we have. It kind of stuck. We thought we would change it at some point, but so the pastry, the little European pastries that we have are called bikinis.
Okay. Okay.
And so the part of the idea was focused on our customer, right? So our customer is an urban person. They like to travel. They like to try new things. Somewhat provocative, but not really. The style of the triangles, the pastries we have, kind of resemble a bikini top. And then I also read somewhere in a book that if the company name has a K in it, people react to it much more favorably.
Really? Well, that's an interesting marketing tip.
It was
to
some
learn.
sort of a study. And so the colors were orange and green. So orange related to food items provokes hunger, and then green refers to sustainable, locally sourced, organic, clean ingredients. So that's what we were about. That was the name. We never changed it. We moved forward it, and it's catching on.
And it's been successful.
It has been.
That's
yes.
great. That's really great. So I'm going to look forward to seeing you. I'll come to your table and visit at the Taste of Malden. And I'm going to come down to your shop as well and pick up some of those little savory treats. I have to treat my office when I sneak out like this to do this show. I have to bring something back. So another day I'll be down to bring some items to work. So I want to thank you for joining us on the Chamber Showcase, and we'll see you at the Taste.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
I look forward
and congratulations on your success.
Appreciate
It's
it.
been great.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's it for the Taste of Malden on this segment. Again, please call the Chamber of Commerce for information on the Taste of Malden. Get your tickets, pay attention to Restaurant Week, shop local, eat local, and we'll see you here next month for a wrap-up on the Taste of Malden. Thanks and have a good night.